Welcome to State of the Arts Southern Illinois. I'm Josh Benson, the Executive Director of the Marion Cultural and Civic Center, and I'm happy to bring this podcast to you to highlight artists, musicians, artisans, arts organizations, and arts event organizers here in Southern Illinois. We're keeping you up to date with everything happening in the arts here in Southern Illinois. We'll focus on some programming here at the Marion Cultural and Civic Center, but we will also focus on the art scene throughout all of the Southern Illinois community. Today, we have a great guest, Luke O'Neill of Union Street Arts. He'll be talking to us about exactly what Union Street Arts is, as well as the Union Street Arts Fair coming up May 21st. Welcome to State of the Arts Southern Illinois. We have Luke O'Neill with Union Street Arts and the Union Street Arts Fair joining us today. Luke, thanks for coming on today.
Josh, thanks so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be on the State of the Arts podcast. This is an awesome studio you've got here. Feel very honored to be here today. So thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So Luke joined us originally on the State of the Arts streaming series that we had during the pandemic.
I remember that.
And so I'm glad to have you back onto State of the Arts.
It's great to be here. You know, that was such an awesome response that you did with the online content interview series during the pandemic, and to see it now coming back into this podcast, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm really excited about that for you, man.
A cool way to keep it going and keep engaged.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I mentioned you're doing Union Street Arts Fair.
That's right. May 21st.
May 21st. And what are the times on that?
So May 21st, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
We're going to have different art vendors local here to Southern Illinois. This is our second year doing this, so we're going to have a lot of the same vendors, but we're going to have even more this time. So different painters, screen printers, jewelry makers, any handmade craft. That's what our prerequisite is to be a vendor. You have to make it with your hands, or a design or something along that. So it's like handmade goods. We're going to have live music starting at 11. We have booked Tim Crosby to be the opener for the music set, solo acoustic set. So we're excited about that. Still adding a couple more musicians that day. We're just trying to make it a good time to come downtown Marion and see some art, go check out the murals, go to the boutiques that are around here, get some coffee, get some lunch, and just, have a community event that we can bring out and showcase some of the art that's here in Southern Illinois.
So you mentioned that some of the types of things that are coming, but is this a marketplace? Is this a live event where people will be doing art live? What exactly is the arts fair? So
the art fair is primarily a market, a place where people can come and buy local art from local artists. It will be experiential with the music and with the murals happening. So, and we're hoping to add food vendor to the back lot at Union Street, and to have it more of like an experience as well as the market. And we're still planning. We're about a little more than a month away, and we feel good with where we're at now. But we still are adding and scheduling more pieces to the event just to make it a well-rounded event for the community to come out and do a variety of things. So mostly, it started as a marketplace and just live music, a place for people to come together.
So you're still accepting vendors?
We are.
So what type of vendors can apply to this? You said something about handmade art, crafts, arts.
Yeah.
So literally anything with a handmade or a crafted aspect, people can come to this arts fair marketplace as a vendor and sell their goods.
Exactly. So it's not only just like paintings or screen printings. We're also going to be having some local food vendors as well, like Glacier's End. They do handmade in Williamson County, like syrups and cooking supplies and different home goods. And they all make it themselves. So they're going to be a part of the fair as well. Just anything that's local. We're a local organization where we love local, and we know there's a lot of really cool people and artists, vendors, business people all in this area. So we're just wanting to highlight bring them all together in one place, and hopefully they can expand their art, make some connections, and just have a good time at the end of the day.
So it is Union Street Arts Fair. It is on Union Street, but it's also at Union Street Arts. So what exactly is Union Street Arts? I'm sure a lot of people have seen the name on the side of the building with the mural, but a lot of people, I'm sure, wonder exactly what is Union Street Arts. So Luke, would you kind of expand upon that for us?
Sure. So Union Street Arts is a creative studio. It started with a group of artists kind of coming out of the pandemic, actually out of sort of a result of what we were doing here during the pandemic, actually, Josh. I remember we did the Civic Center and the Marion Star with the Empty Concert Series. Being able to be a part of that, we were doing live shows. I guess my background's in media, like video production, audio, that's sort of what, I went to school for. That's my business.
And you were here in that role as associated with the Marion Star at that point to help us to produce the online content, the Empty Concert Series that was produced here at the Marion Cultural and Civic Center.
Exactly. And it was awesome. I remember that community response. It was a kind of a scary time, and that response and from the community, it was just great. It was overwhelming. And, once that shut down, unfortunately, productions had to stop. And we decided I had this office space for my wedding business, White Oak Wedding Films, and the rest of the building, we made a deal with the owner to expand and sort of a continuation of live streaming music and arts after we were shut down here. So that was really, and the first one we did was with Wingtips, with Vinny Segretario. And it was, again, a really great response from the online audience. So then we just kept doing it. And
you guys, with that series, you guys did some really cool stuff. You varied it up even more than we did here. You ventured into the culinary arts.
Yeah.
You ventured into mixology.
We did.
And you just had some really cool content on there.
Yeah. Again, same kind of thing, highlighting local artists, local performers, or we did like a floral demonstration, like you said, cooking, mixology. Again, that handmade aspect, like these are the hands that are making the goods. This is we like to showcase that and highlight that. And basically we just took off from there. And we've been doing more similar like media production with, for online content, basically since then. And, like you mentioned, people probably know the mural, right? Which I had the pleasure of working on with you on that, co-designing and executing. And, it's just been, that was another amazing, project to be a part of. And now we just want to do more, more collaborations, more showcasing and highlighting and, getting stories out about this area.
So that was your backstory primarily. What does Union Street Arts do right now? What are you doing at this moment?
So we produce media. We produce podcasts. We produce video content. We have a studio that we also have small meeting spaces, small events that we rent out as well. And so it's mostly media. That's really what we do. We're in the content game, and we do have a music studio. Actually, I got to plug that. We've released a few different records, so we're working with musicians again, constantly. But video content is our bread and butter, and that's what we're doing on a day-to-day basis: editing, planning. There's like pre-productions. We do commercial videography. Working with like local tourism, and again, just promoting, highlighting, showcasing, and online visual content.
So you mentioned you do a lot of video work, and you also have a music like recording studio in-house. And some of the time you combine the two of those too for certain experiences and for certain artists as well. Have you done any of that lately?
So we just had a group, Bad Ghost Band, on they recorded their debut EP in the studio, and then we were able to do like some video podcasting and interviews. And then we're gonna be doing music videos for the band, and so we're trying to have like this one-stop shop for if you're into music, if you're and you want to record, put out a record, put out a video, get a podcast interview. We want to be able to be the place for that because, from some of the feedback we've gotten on that, people would travel to Nashville or travel to St. Louis or Louisville, and they would leave for those kinds of, recordings. And we want to be able to provide a place for artists that are here now, but also coming up, provide that because, I played in bands as a kid, and it wasn't super accessible to like record and put it on a CD or something. For like a fun school band or whatever. So we want to do that, and we're getting into more of that, but
and you also do like outside of the music videos and the stuff that's for the public, like you just had Ivis John in and to do promotional video for Ivis John for him to put into his press kit for promotional purposes, right?
Exactly. So we had him and Ivis John band on the stage. We have a stage, and we did like a 5-set mini series, 5-song set mini series that he sends to press kit to get bigger festivals to showcase his work, and because he plays with different musicians. Sometimes it's more guitar, sometimes maybe it's a more jazzy style, and so he wants to be able to demonstrate the different types of styles. So yeah, that was great, and we're looking forward to doing more with Ivis too.
And so I just think it's really cool that you both have the recording studio aspect, you've got the video aspect, you can do the music videos, but then you can also help bands within their own development by creating the promotional materials for them to get booked and for their press kit and for them to develop themselves further as an artist from a business standpoint, which is wonderful. What a press kit, we use that terminology, but an EPK, an electronic press kit, is a promotional tool for a band that they send out to bars or to venues. And the bigger they get, they send it out to festivals and theaters. And that's how they get booked through their agents, through their promotional tools, through their management. And that's how they grow as an artist and grow their impact. And I think it's incredible that you guys can help to support the professional development of those artists as well.
Yeah, it's, and now, with the online, everything, being able to send a link and they can look, these bookers or whoever it is, that's what we like to do is, again, be able to showcase and help, again, that development. There's, not every artist is necessarily business savvy or know like branding or, how to, sell your art, right? So, I love being able to provide, any way that we can help get them, whatever that is, being a professional artist or having a side hustle or whatever, or maybe it's just a record. It's like a passion project, like a group of friends, they always wanted to put out a record, but, I think that is what, online video content can do. It can really showcase and just, it's, that's where our focus is.
And I think that they're in the professional booking industry, the pandemic created a need for better video content for artists, primarily because you couldn't just go out and see them anymore. And during that time, from a booking standpoint, there became a much bigger focus on what content do you have in your kit for us to be able to book and see you from, because we can't go and see you anywhere right now. So looking at the future and looking at where people are, being able to facilitate that for groups in Southern Illinois to put them on the level to where they don't get left behind by the crowd and they can then have that high level content is really a great service.
Oh, thanks, Josh. Yeah. And, you've been extremely helpful, man, this whole time, just being around different productions here, working with you on just different sets over the past, whatever, couple years, or, it's been really, you know, inspiring and impactful. And, we want to pay that forward. We want to bring up, like you're saying, this whole Southern Illinois, there's a lot of offer here, a lot of good people with a lot of talent, and so, anything we can do that can help showcase, that's what we want to do. And
and
we're excited about it.
I think Thursday I listened to the Bad Ghost EP.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah. It's a rocker.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And they, just knowing that they're all here in Southern Illinois and it's recorded here, everything about the production is here and local is really inspiring for what can be done.
Thanks, man. Yeah. We're trying to push that. We're trying to, just because something hasn't been done before doesn't mean it can't be done.
So that's a perfect segue. And where do you see Union Street Arts going? It was birthed out of a need in the pandemic. That need for live streaming specifically kind of went away, and you're navigating into content creation. And it sounds like you're navigating into supporting the business needs of local musicians and artists. How do you see it moving forward? What is your long-term view, long-term plan for Union Street Arts?
It's a great question. The vision is to create a cultural, creative industry, and to be a hub for that. And moving into like online content, that's again, that's our bread and butter. That's our foundation. But we want to bring up, to again create that culture, which I think we're seeing, through the murals, through this whole pandemic, new culture, like cultural artifacts being added to the community. And we want to continue to help facilitate that in this community and to keep pushing what's possible and what's been done, and to continue to inspire. We want to be a community space. We want to serve this community, and to have a video production, social media, creative studio, recording studio, be able to have creative events. I just see Union Street just growing and creating opportunities for people right here to have, a creative career right here. I think we're going to keep leaning into online, and different live productions too, so we do a lot of different stuff, and I see us growing out our team. Right now it's just, me. It's been a few people, like a handful of people that have been involved. I mean, we get support from the community all over, but I see us growing into that more, and just having more of a facility to provide different experiences, and to kind of stay on our mission of content production and showcasing different stories. So it's really just some exciting things, definitely, and we're just getting started, really. When I look back the past 2 years, all that's happened, I wouldn't have believed it, and so I try to keep that in mind of what's 2 years from now. What's that going to look like? Well, if it was what it looked like 2 years ago, I wouldn't even have thought it was possible. So really just trying to push that into the community and inspire, and just keep pushing what's possible right here. So, and keep collaborating, keep doubling down on the collaborations, on different projects, so you spread art everywhere.
You said you guys do a lot of stuff in-house, but then you also have connections to a lot of artists. So like if a band comes in and they need cover art for their album, you have artists that you can connect them with to create that. and or to create it in-house, either way.
Yeah, absolutely. Which we've done. And we've done a little bit of album cover art. And, again, just that one-stop shop creative studio for any online content, video, photo, design, audio, podcast. We're looking into 3D. That's something that we're developing as well. And we're trying to plant seeds for, that 10-year. Well, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same necessary content. So we're investing in developing our content capabilities currently, and just continuing to give back as much as we can to this community. Without this community support, none of this would be possible. And we love it. We love this town. We love this community. This whole Southern Illinois, region, and we're passionate about it. So
you talk about, supporting artists in the community, being a part of the community, being engaged with the community, and you're doing that through the arts fair. You're doing that by having the artists themselves there on site and exposing people to their artwork, their artisan crafts. But then you're also giving the community an opportunity to support local artists and artisans and interact with them, see their artwork, see their crafts, see their products, and then directly support them by buying those products, which is incredibly important for the artists themselves. Can you talk to us more about those specific artists that are going to be there, artists and artisans, and what their crafts are, what types of things they're going to be bringing and presenting, and what people can expect to see?
Sure, absolutely. So if you go to our website, unionstreetarts.com/art fair, we have all of the vendors listed there with different pictures and descriptions. So you'll be able to get a full picture of what's going to be at the event. To go over a few, we're going to have, I mentioned screen printing. Jared Davey, he's going to be one of our featured screen printers there this year. He was there last year. If you're familiar with David, Jared Davey, he does like Southern Illinois nature screen printing. He does like a bass fish. There's different wildlife inspiration, different foliage, and so he has different merchandise that he'll be selling. We will have some jewelry, Chantel artistry, different nature-inspired jewelry, different handmade jewelry. And let's see, we've got Trish Ollie, who's a painter, sort of a Van Gogh style, actually was connected to us through Project Human X. They connected us with this artist in Carbondale. I mentioned Glacier Zen. We're going to have their handmade syrups and home goods. We're going to have my aunt and uncle, Danny and Debbie Pender. They do different sort of like drinkware, mugs, different sort of acrylic dips, sort of different just handmade, different items like this bottle or that bottle or something. We have glassware with Linda Suits with LS Creations, different, glassware items, kitchenware. Let's see. So there's we're trying to have a variety. We want the paintings, we want the knick-knack hand goods, so there's a few. Again, if you get the full list, we'll be on our website, but that's just a little bit of a taste what people can expect. And yeah, buy the art, if you're going, it goes a long way. These vendors are going to be coming from across the area, and supporting their art, just facilitates this cultural identity that we're facilitating here in Marion, and just, it'd be great to see your support there. May 1st, it's going to be a great day. We're just hoping for good weather. And if it's not, we'll move inside.
And so May 21st, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., live music starting at 11. Tons of different artisans will be there. So, one, thank you for coming on today. Thank you for hosting the Union Street Arts Fair. and creating a place for these artists to have an output to Marion and for Marion to interact with them.
Well, thanks, Josh. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the opportunity to, showcase this event. We love the Civic Center. I love what, this facility means to the community, and, just blessed to be in here right now recording with you. And I'm really excited about this podcast. I think there's so much potential. I think it's so cool. So
yeah, thank you.
We'll be listening and, looking out for more episodes. But thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for joining us for State of the Art Southern Illinois. Special thanks to Luke O'Neill for joining us for the program today. We'd also like to invite you to come and join us live for programming here at the Marion Cultural and Civic Center. Upcoming, we have April 15th, Forever Motown. On April 19th, we have Hip-Prov featuring Colin Mockery of Whose Line Is It Anyway? They will be hypnotizing 20 participants from the audience on stage and then doing improv with them while they are under hypnosis. On April 21st, we have Martina McBride. There are just a few single tickets left for that one, but we're really excited to have her here at the Marion Cultural and Civic Center. That following weekend, on the 22nd and 23rd, we have performances from the Marion Junior High Choir with Mary Poppins. And then on April 23rd, we have Phil Joel being presented by WBVN. We look forward to seeing you soon.